Welcome to Grow Overload. I'm Anthony, and Framework, a company that I have bought products from, where I have my current laptop from them, and that's what they're making is repairable laptops. Has announced a new products, and so they had a blog last week. And if you're uh, following them, it's pretty kind of cool some of the stuff that they've done. But now I think that this is the next step that actually helps them really kind of expand their horizons of what they're capable of. Because so far they've had, the Intel 11th gen was their first model. Then they came with the 12th gen Intel 13-inch laptop, which I bought, and now they have the Framework Laptop 13 in both an Intel and AMD version, which is pretty cool that they've finally done that. And the other big thing is that they're going into another market here with the Framework Laptop 16. And while I don't have any of these products to really see to understand how they're kind of approaching the 16 versus the 13. I don't plan on getting the 16 unless something changes. But right now, I do have AMD powered Framework 13 on order. Not for me, for my wife. She has a Surface Pro 4. One thing that she's missing is a touchscreen. That is, I'm going to spoil it right now and here. They do not have a touchscreen available yet. Now, I do hope that that is in the future, maybe here later this year or something. If they're able to get that out, that would be great. I would actually update my screen to it, and my wife, that would be one thing that she really wants, that she's going to be missing from the Surface Pro 4 that she's had for many years now. Still works. That's going to go to somebody else. Still going to be used. My old Surface is still being used. That was given to my brother, but I'm into handing technology off, getting the most out of it, until it's completely dead and nobody can use it anymore and nobody can repair it. So um, that's one great thing here about Framework able to do. But as we scroll through here, you'll see a little bit about kind of, they increase the battery capacity to 61 watt hours. They have a matte display now, improved hinges and speakers, and you got more bezel colors. And the really interesting thing is now it seems like Framework's getting their footing. They're a little bit more established company. They know what they're going to sell. If you have certain things that you want, like the bezel color, they actually allow you to configure that in the pre-order. And so pre-orders are $100 down, fully refundable until you get notified, hey, you got to pay this before it ships. So that's where that kind of is. The AMD models are going to be the Ryzen 7040 series processors. So it's exactly the same chassis as the Intel one, which is awesome. So if you want to update your current Intel model to an AMD or even a 13th gen, you can. You have that option between those two. The AMD model comes with DDR5. There's some sort of AMD things which is also compatible Wi-Fi card. So you got some of those things there. And you can buy the main boards themselves, or you can buy the whole kit. So then the Framework 16, that's what this guy here, right here, looks like. That's going to have their 6 expansion cards instead of 4, right? You got a little bit more space, expandable graphics or expandable cards on the back which hook in, which is really kind of cool. There's some videos out there, I believe from PC World and Linus Tech Tips, that kind of shows some of this off. I wish was able to see that too. That's sort of some of the cool next tech stuff next in development, if they can actually get this um, docking or removable, replaceable, upgradable graphics card stuff right. That would be amazing. That's something Dell's have tried. There was what is MMX cards from Nvidia have tried that, and it just has never stuck. But if they can get it to stick, that would be really cool. Again, that's not something I'm looking for, but I know that that's out there in the market, right? As soon as they announced this product and they had removable graphics, a repairable laptop, I knew. I actually reached out to a couple people and said, you know what? I know you run a business. I know you're looking for powerful laptops. I know that you want something that's, good on the wallet, right? Especially in times of inflation and everything else, but also here, the extra thing about this is that let's say you have a problem with it. Let's say there's a hardware issue. We replace it. We don't have to get rid of the whole thing, wait for a new order of the whole laptop, and start from scratch, that whole setup process again, which through an SSD and stuff, I don't know if you guys have done this, and get your workflow all back set up on that same computer again. It can take a while, so that's just a one benefit of this. But let's go through and jump over the 13th gen and the 7400 here, the 13th inch laptop. Oh man, here. So they're going through, this is their whole blog post on it. They're going to be launching, and this is really cool, going to be all over the place. Here is US, Canada, UK, Germany, France, Netherlands, Austria, Ireland, and Australia. And those are going to be the first shipments of the 13th gen or May. Ryzen systems will be in Q3. And then you got Belgium, Italy, Spain, Taiwan later this year. And hopefully that they just keep rolling this out. I think that the more they roll it out, it's going to be the better. So you got pre-built configurations, 1050 DIY. So I pre-ordered the DIY edition. I don't know why. I like it. The one thing I don't see here is that they're not saying what RAM for the AMD model that they've tested against and that they've tested. They have that for the 11th and 12th gen, so I'm assuming the 13th gen is the exact same memory. But that's one thing that they should have actually put out there too, brands and stuff that they've tested. Maybe they're not done testing yet, maybe that's not why they do it. But the 61 kilowatt hour battery is another great addition. Mine has probably the 55 watt. I have an i5 version. I didn't see the need to go to the i7. And if that's something you need, go and get it. Now they have a second gen kit of 3.5 kilogram hinges, which should be a little bit better. I do notice that my hinges sometimes sag a little bit. They just come back a little bit. It's annoying, but it's not anything there. So I might upgrade to those. I'm interested to compare the two displays though. That's one thing I am interested in. And the speaker kit's going to be 80 dBs now, which is really great. I was actually going to complain about that in this one as I was doing this video with the 12th gen, but since they've said, hey, here's a kit for increased loudness, I mean, you can replace them now. This is a thing that you're able to do when you have replaceable parts. Somebody has an issue, a consumer has a improvement that you're able to take advantage of. Here it is, you release the kit and people as they want can update them, which I appreciate. You're not getting a whole new laptop over speaker loudness, right? So the Framework 13 is turning the audio circuitry they're tuning it to achieve both loudness and fidelity with the original speaker kit. So here's the comparison. You got the i5 1340p, 1360p, and 1370p respectively for i5s and i7s. As you see in the table here, Ryzen 5 and Ryzen 7, we don't know which ones, we just know it's the 7040 chips. And then you have your speaker kits, what it is. Batteries, the Ryzen 5 and the i5 are both the 55 watt. They all come with the same hinges, the same mat, and then the memory respectively, depending upon what you want. They don't really have too much for performance here, right? It'll be interesting now because you get the same chassis. You're able to actually take that board, swap them in and out, and see how they perform. Man, if I was made of money, that would be kind of fun to retest. Optimized for Linux, that's really good to see. I actually would like just one of these for a Linux box and a Linux machine that I could take around and just use on a daily basis. You see how I like that. Actually, you know what? A 16-inch would be perfect for that with a GPU that I could actually run. They have a Cooler Master mainboard case. I think that this is a great idea. I've thought of a whole bunch of places where to already put this. Something like this is going to be really kind of cool. Let's say you do Linux, or you have a Plex or something. You can put it behind a TV. You can do other stuff with it. Gaming, a little like an old emulated gaming system type stuff. There's a lot of stuff there that people are probably going to be able to do. Yeah, I put it behind a TV, put it as a little media box. That's kind of cool. Other big news here, though, is this 16-inch. You have larger input screens. You notice the keyboard here. and you can reconfigure the keyboard, the trackpad, put a number pad in there if you need to. Your expansion cards up to 6. There's not going to be a headphone jack on this, but they do have an expansion card slot headphone jack. So I got an expansion card right here. I got a couple sitting on my desk. But this is what, we'll see more of this here in a little bit. They didn't have too much, but being able to see all these keyboards configurations and what people are able to do, I think we'll be able to show a lot of different stuff of developers and makers and just creating things. But yeah, these little cards work great. I do have a Ethernet one too, which is a nice one, and the laptop itself has been great overall. But if this is something you're looking for and you're looking to support this company, I think that they're starting to take the next step into this. Releasing all these, coming out with an AMD and Intel is just an amazing step forward for this type of company. You get choice in the matter of which side you want to go on. I think that this actually keeps it, because I kind of see more and more people kind of gravitating toward framework as it gets out in the wild. You had the people like me early on that were just excited to be able to replace and upgrade a laptop, and now you're starting to get the more practicality of it. Of hey, something breaks, people can just repair it, easy repairability. So far, and I've just taken a look at their instructions over time. They've been quite simple. It's something that as I look forward, I'm probably going to recommend this over a lot of other different types of things, because let's say I need to fix something or take a look at it. This is just way more simple to do than taking apart a laptop that you have everything snapped together with plastic and everything else. Framework did a really good job on making this replaceable and upgradable. I've taken mine apart a couple times. They even came out with some screws now, or like if you lose a screw, you can just get them and replace a little screw kit, which I thought was a great idea, right? Because I have one that does that kind of. I almost lost one, so um, that those are things, those little incremental upgrades that as our marketplace grows, we can all jump on. And actually, I should just show you the marketplace here. This is something I really like to see. Let's Before we go here, let's jump over and let's see framework marketplace. So yeah, you can pre-order this. So let's just see a quick pre-order. Let's take the 13th gen. You have that. You can configure it, and we'll go back to the marketplace here in a second. So let's say you want batch one. You get to select so you select 4 expansion cards at least. You want them all filled. You choose your keyboard. So US English. Okay, let's just do 4 USB-Cs. Storage, add-ons. That's there for that. Let's say if we go Ryzen. I thought there was more on one of these. I can't remember. Batch 2, English, expansion cards 4. Oh, you have to select the keyboard. This is the full one. This is not the DIY version. I ordered the DIY version. That's why it doesn't look familiar to me. Whoops. So let's see here. Oh, I can just select DIY. Okay, here we go. Configure. Then we'll go back to the marketplace. So let's do batch 1. I say bring my own memory. Bring your own OS. Bring my own SSD. You can select the bezel here. So in the DIY edition, you get to select that. Select which bezel you want, power adapter, you have keyboard, you can select anything you want there, select your cards, select your expansion, so you got a lot more selection here. But that's what I did. I did go with the DIY edition, the AMD Ryzen 5, so it will be fun to see that. But you can order all these framework laptops. You can even get the refurbished ones when they're in stock. One thing about the 11th gen, I was listening to a Louis Rochman video about the 11th gen. If the real-time clock can die, framework, why don't you just use a suggestion? Just hire somebody on just to make those repairs, and people can send in their boards or laptops, make the repairs so that they don't have this. 12th gen and newer are all fixed. I just like to mention that, Lewis as much as I like framework and everything else, if they have a problem, I got to mention it too. It's just that's something they can improve on. And I think that companies that really take that to heart, I mean, they already fixed it in the 12th gen, but if they want to fix it to 11th gen, they actually came out with a full, hey, this is how you fix it. You need some wire, you need to know a little bit about soldering and stuff. I think you got to scrape some traces, but they could also then, maybe a repair shop would do it, but if you hire somebody and just be internal, they can also do some other stuff for you as well. So you can buy your expansion cards. I've done this. I've bought this expansion card. I bought another USB-A expansion card. You can actually buy the audio. You can pre-order main boards already, which is cool. Let's say you want the Ryzen one. Ryzen 7 is, or Ryzen 5 is $550. That's not bad for a little upgrade. Take the old one back, or take the old one and put it into something else. I could, yeah. Let's see here. You got your 11th gen main board. You got your upgrade kits to 12th gen from 11th gen. You got your memory here. And these are all things you can buy elsewhere, but it's nice to have them in a marketplace all in one spot for those people that want that. Your keyboard, your covers, or your covers for your keyboard, and then your keyboards itself. They also have a clear keyboard. Let's see what else we got here. We got parts. You got your antenna modules, your battery, your original display kit, your bottom screws and mainboard screws, fastener and input covers, top cover. So they got all these little screw kits now. I was actually thinking about grabbing one of each just so I had them. You got your heat sinks for your Chromebook, because they also have a Chromebook version. Different hinges if you need a 4 kilogram hinge. Another power adapter. Speaker kit, the new speaker kit. Trackpad for the Chromebook or this one. I mean, so if they ever came out with a new one, you got your AMD Wi-Fi already out, your audio board kit. This will be interesting to see. Because they said the new audio board kit, the refining for the Ryzen. So are they going to have two, or is it just going to be one that's going to be a new one refined? Bottom cover if you need that. Let's say you break this, the cover, you have it. Wi-Fi stuff, your CNC cover. This is the new cover kit original. So they have a couple different things here. Touchpad cable, battery, the 61 kilowatt. So if you want that, you got the matte display. Let's say you want to upgrade that. Your AMD heatsink, the webcam module. This is the 2nd gen of hinges, cooler master case, power buttons, all that stuff, right? This is all here. You got your different bezels if you want that. Oh, they have a purple one coming. Ooh, my daughter will like that. Green, orange, red, translucent. Another screwdriver, thermal paste, Windows, framework computer stuff. And I really hope that it goes to, we start seeing some really third-party design stuff for these modules, because I can't wait to kind of see some of that stuff. So a little bit more on this, but these are all great things to see. And I hopefully, since Framework has this open, it'd be really kind of cool to see them, or to see another company kind of be like, okay, we don't want to buy you out, but we want to be able to kind of see the same compatibility of things. And your expansion cards are the same expansion cards are going to fit in our laptop, and you see that crossover. Let's say, hey, your external GPU configuration is the same one that we want to use, the same kind of hookup. So you start getting these redundancies between two companies, or similarities between two companies, and now you can start to see this marketplace where you can even see GPU maker, let's say ASUS or MSI or these add-in bar partners creating things as well for these laptops. And that was if you Framework were ever to get to there, and other companies were to get to there, that would be amazing achievement, and I think that would be a huge plus for the market as a whole to get to. So with that, let me know what your thoughts are about the Framework announcement, the new 13 inches Intel AMD options. What do you want in that 16-inch? And just keep putting it out there, and keep pounding Framework about getting a touchscreen option finally out there so that we can upgrade. So with that, thank you so much for watching Gray Overload. I really appreciate you supporting the channel and helping this channel grow. It's amazing to watch, and I really do appreciate it. And you know the normal YouTube stuff: like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and until next time, God bless.